Hello guys, welcome to the part 2 of legal terms. So this is the continuation video of the next 40 words. If you did not check out the first 40 words, I have already uploaded the first 40 words. Please check it out and continue with this one. So we'll start. Chattels, a movable article of personal property. Next one is justifiable, claiming that a defamatory statement is true. So, if any kind of argument is going on in the court, and we are claiming, the advocate or someone is claiming that the statement is true, is justifiable. Legislation, the act of making laws created by a legislature. It is the laws created by the legislature. Legitimacy, it means lawful or right. Doing something lawful or which is right is legitimacy. Liability, a debt or obligation, the condition of being responsible for something for which someone is responsible. A debt, which is a debt is also known as the liability of a person. So someone who is responsible of the debt that he has incurred. Liberty, specific instances of freedom from restrictions, rights or privileges. So liberty, it is, we have the citizens of India have total freedom of restrictions, rights and privileges. So it is liberty. It is the rights of the citizens to be free in the country. License, an authority to do something. Lieu, which is instead of. The company issues additional shares to shareholders in lieu of a cash dividends. So instead of giving cash dividends to the shareholders, the company gives additional shares. Liquidation, the process of winding up of a company by disposing of its assets, paying to its creditors in a strict order of priority, and distributing any money left among the members. So when a company comes to the process of liquidation, the company has more liability than its assets. So the court will appoint a liquidator. So it is the process of winding up. The company is going to shut down. The company will be shut down. First of all, it pays off all of its creditors via strict order. It is liquidation. Maintenance, money paid to support a partner and children when a marriage has failed. Malafide, carried out in bad faith or with intent to deceive. It is the bad faith and evil intention of any person. Malfeasance, an unlawful act. Any act which is not lawful, it is malfeasance. Minor is someone who has not yet reached the age when they get full legal rights and responsibilities. In India, below the age of 18 years. So any person below the age of 18 years is a minor. Misfeasance, when something is done badly even though it is still legal, or a company officer does something which is a breach of trust or a breach of duty. So in a company where two parties include some kind of contract, and one party have trusted him with some property to hold on, but he has misused the property. It is known as breach of trust. Mortgage, using property as security for a debt. It is also the name for the contract which is signed by the borrower and lender when money is lent using property as security for a loan. So if some person is asking for a loan to the bank and the bank asks for some kind of security from the person, so if mortgage is given as a security, mortgage is the immovable property given by the person as a security. What is immovable property? Like land, building. So it is still immovable property. So it is a security for the loan received by the person from the bank. Murder, the unlawful killing of a person by another person with malice. So it is the unlawful, which is not of course lawful, which is So unlawful killing and lawful killing. So lawful killing, when some police officer, when the army of India kills a person, is different. It is not considered as a murder. But in the form of murder, it is an unlawful killing. There is no need for the person to kill. There is some kind of bad intention for the person to kill. Next one is negligence, lack of proper case to do a duty properly. Negotiable, a document which is signed is an instruction to pay amount of money, can have ownership changed by changing the name it is paid to, and can have its ownership changed simply by being delivered to its next owner. Notification, to inform someone of something. Nuisance, doing something that harms other people's right, which is irritating some people, irritating the public, which is nuisance. Novation, replacing an existing agreements with a new one. Oath, swearing the truth of a statement. It is to swear. Absence, morally offensive against accepted standards of decency, especially in a appealing and serious political, literary, scientific or artistic value. Offender, one who commits an illegal act is an offender. Order, an instruction by or command of the court. It is also known as decree. Ordinance, a law, statute or rule usually enacted by a municipal or other local government. So it is any kind of law or statute or rule which is enacted by the municipal or local government. It is not enacted by central government or state government. It is enacted by the municipal or other local governments. Overrule, to reverse or annul, to overturn or void the decision of another court. Petition, a formal written request presented to some authority asking that something to be done, often signed by a large number of people who express their support for the proposal action. A formal written request to a court asking it to take some judicial action. It is petition. Plaintiff, the person who goes to the court to make a claim against someone else. Someone who convicts a crime, or someone other than a police officer who claims against someone else is a plaintiff. Pledge, letting someone take possession of goods but ownership does not change. It is often done to give security for money owed or to make sure that something is done as promised. So pledge, mortgage is an immovable property. Here pledge is a movable property given to the bank in return of the loan amount given by them. So pledge is the security taken by the bank, but the bank does not take ownership of the pledge. So what does pledge include? The shares, the jewelry, etc. Preamble, an explanation of a proposed law. At the beginning of each half of a parliament, there is an explanation of what the act is intended to achieve. For example, if there is criminal procedure, there is Companies Act, and at the beginning of the act, there is some kind of explanation about the act, which is known as preamble. So this explanation is given by the parliament. Preemption, the right to buy property before others are given the chance to buy. It is known as preemption. Prescription, a recommendation or order given by some authority is prescription. It is a recommendation or order. Presumption, the act of presuming the use of existing facts to infer other facts that are assumed to be true until they are rebutted. Privilege, a right, immunity or advantage held by only one or few people or only by a particular group or class. It is known as privilege. Privity, only the parties to a contract can sue each other over breaches of contract. So when two parties is in a contract, and only these two parties can sue each other over the breach of contract. Price: the amount of money asked or paid for something, the cost of some object or service. Process: a summons or writ which is used to order someone to appear in the court. The whole of a case from beginning to end, the total number of summons or writs issued during a case. Promissory note: a written promise to pay an amount of money to someone at a given time. It is promissory note. So if someone is promising to another person to that he will give some kind of amount of money in a written statement, it is a promissory note. Proof: the use of evidence or argument to establish a fact, evidence offered at trial to show the truth of some proposition. So it is the evidence or argument before a court which is used as a fact in the trial, proposed to suggest or offer an idea for consideration. Prosecution. Prosecution: the name for the team of people bringing proceedings against someone else, which is also when legal proceedings are taken against someone, it is known as prosecution. So when a person is dead and he commits some sort of crime or some any wrongful act, and a team of people they come, they bring in for proceeding against that person. Remand: being kept in prison or paying bail. If an accused person is placed on remand, they are either kept in prison for a short period or have to pay bail or get someone to pay it for them. It is used for some short periods before a trial starts. So when a person is convicted of some sort of crime, before the trial takes place, for the period of, so for example, there is 1st January, a person is convicted of some sort of crime, and the trial is to be taken place on 15th of January. So for this 2 weeks, the person will be kept in the prison, or have to pay bail by someone else or by himself. So this one is known as remand. Remedy: using the law to get compensation for damages done or for rights infringed. Also, remedy can be using the law to prevent something from happening. Rent: a regular payment to the landlord by a tenant in return for being allowed to possess and use the landlord's property. So rent, we all know we have paid some sort of rent. So we pay we pay our rent to the landlord, and we use the property, we possess the property. And the last one is floating charge: a desired charge on future assets. So it is a charge we create on a future assets. So when the asset in the future, when we acquire the asset, the floating charge will turn into a crystallized charge. It becomes fixed. Okay, this is the end of the class. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Thank you for supporting me in every aspect, and I'm giving the Instagram link in my in my channel. Please visit my channel, and also I will post law related videos in the future. And until then, thank you for watching. Thank you.